joint communique. He will do so in Portuguese. I will do so in English. Today, the ministerial delegation from South Africa and Mozambique held a joint interministerial meeting. This important meeting between friendly and fraternal neighboring countries is reflective of the very good levels of bilateral cooperation between our two countries. The meeting was held in a very constructive and cordial manner, illustrating the great spirit of collaboration between South Africa and Mozambique. The South African government was represented in the meeting by myself, the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Minister Ronald Lamola, the Minister of Transport, Minister Barbara Creasy, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Minister Park Stau, the Minister of Defense, Minister Ng Motshekga, and also the Premier of Mpumalanga with his delegation of MECs, the Executive Mayor of Mkomazi and the Executive Mayor of Nhlanzeni District Municipality. Also by the BMA, SARS and other relevant agencies responsible for border management. The meeting exchanged views and agreed on measures to jointly mitigate the disruption at our ports of entry, particularly Libombo and Risano Garcia. In this regard, the ministers agreed, amongst others, to enhance channels for frequent and continuous engagement at a diplomatic level, bilateral level, to mitigate disruptions to trade and supply chains, jointly identify alternative routes, and deploy additional resources to expedite and facilitate trade and collaborate with all stakeholders, particularly business, in order to limit the impact of the disruptions on their operations. Can they do it from there? I think you must. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Nós, ministros, acordamos que ambos países se esforçarão por proteger e assegurar a infraestrutura para a facilitação do comércio e a colaboração contínua para garantir a integração regional, incluindo as cadeias de valor transfronteiriças e associadas. A reunião, quer traduzir?
The ministers agreed that both countries will endeavor to protect and secure the infrastructure for trade facilitation and continued collaboration to ensure minimal disruption for regional integration, including associated cross-border value chains.
A reunião salientou que estas perturbações tiveram um impacto negativo significativo nas economias de ambos países e na livre circulação de pessoas e mercadorias entre os dois países. Muitas empresas sofreram perdas em resultado da interrupção do comércio. Se a situação persistir, existe um grande risco de insegurança alimentar e energética.
The meeting highlighted that these disruptions have had a significant negative impact on the economies of both countries and the free movement of people and goods between our two countries. Many companies have suffered losses as a result of the disruption in trade. Should the situation persist, there is a great danger of food and energy insecurity.
In conclusion, the ministers commended efforts undertaken by senior officials from various departments and agencies on both sides in mitigating the negative effects of the disruptions at the border to date. Accordingly, the ministers committed to accelerate actions to address existing infrastructure challenges at our ports of entry and improve cooperation by establishing a joint technical team between the two countries which will implement the decisions of this meeting. I thank you. Obrigado.
Thank you very much, Ministers. We'll now just take a round of questions for the colleagues which you have the statement in front of you. It has been sent. I see one hand. In that order, Kayakite, Oile, and
Hi, good afternoon. It's Mpumalanga here from SABC News. I just want to know from the ministers if they were able to look at the political situation in Mozambique, especially just ahead of the 23rd of December, where we are waiting for the Constitutional Council to make a pronouncement on the validity of the results. Were you able to engage on that one? And maybe just to hear from the Mozambican delegation, Mr. Mpumalanga has promised to continue with his desires to really just continue what he has started. I mean, what's the feeling in Mozambique in light of the impact that has been seen? Thank you so much.
what action are you looking at taking against Mr. Montana? What action are you willing to take against the opposition leader for the chaos that's been caused in the country? One more thing.
Como é que irá funcionar este corredor de segurança na N4? E quem de facto vai assegurar o transporte de mercadorias, a circulação de caminhões, pessoas e bens entre São Garcia e Malelane?
I invite you to respond. Oh, yeah. One of your music concerts.
Oh, you can come. I will just do like this. This shows the friendship.
Okay. Muitíssimo obrigado. Thank you so much. A situação política de Moçambique foi aqui apreciada porque não havia outra maneira senão tocar o que está a acontecer em Moçambique, que também afeta economicamente a África do Sul. Portanto, nós fizemos aqui uma apreciação geral do que está a acontecer, que decorre das eleições decorridas, sim senhora, e essencialmente depois dos 10% da contagem efetuada pela CNE. Nós falamos disso, explicamos, clarificamos e neste momento aguardamos que o Conselho Constitucional faça o seu juízo final com base nos dados disponíveis para que comunique a todos os moçambicanos, à região e ao mundo, qual é a qualificação ou qual é o lugar histórico-político de cada um dos candidatos e de cada um dos partidos políticos. Nos próximos dias estamos atentos para ouvir este resultado. Outra ajuda?
Thank you very much. As far as the political situation is concerned in Mozambique, definitely we went through it, we made an assessment in this meeting, and we as Mozambique, we assured our counterparts that we are now waiting for the results, the final result which will be announced by the Constitutional Council, and we'll be waiting for this result to come out, which will be announced in the next coming days, and we believe that everyone will be aware about these results that will come out.
Quanto às ações que o governo leva em relação a Venâncio Mondlane, é importante referir que o governo de Moçambique, na pessoa do Sr. Presidente da República, Filipe Jacinto Nyusi, formulou um convite para os 4 candidatos presidenciais. Venâncio Mondlane não esteve presente nesse convite, declinou o convite do chefe de Estado. Mas, mesmo assim, há outros passos que estão a decorrer com vista à comunicação com ele, ao diálogo, por forma que o desfecho venha a ser bom para todos os moçambicanos.
As far as Venâncio Mondlane is concerned, of course we have got actions that the government of Mozambique is taking place. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Mozambique, has extended an invitation for dialogue with leader Venâncio Mondlane, supported by Podemos, to have a dialogue with him, but unfortunately Venâncio Mondlane could not show up. However, the government of Mozambique is still engaged in finding ways to get solutions for this problem.
Quanto ao corredor Ressano Garcia-Porto de Maputo, há medidas que já foram tomadas e que já estão a entrar em curso, por forma que a circulação de pessoas e bens seja uma realidade, as economias da África do Sul e do Moçambique não fiquem mais prejudicadas do que já foram.
So as far as the Maputo corridor is concerned, both governments have committed themselves to engage in working hand in hand to ensure that these disruptions that happened or took place during the protest will not take place again. So everything the government will be doing in order to assure that nothing happened like what happened before.
Estas medidas estão sujeitas ao aperfeiçoamento, por forma que correspondam à realidade que se mostrar em cada dia.
So these measures that we are talking about are being implemented in a way that they will be efficient so that we don't have the same problems that we faced.
São medidas de proteção e segurança que serão concretizadas pelas forças de defesa e segurança, incluindo escoltas se forem necessárias.
We are talking about the measures of protection and security, and whenever necessary, we'll also deploy escort.
E não só, também foram tomadas medidas para que a fronteira não volte a ser encerrada nos termos em que aconteceu, devido ao incitamento da violência.
Apart from that, we also have measures in place in order to assure that there will be no disruption in the next coming days.
E muito obrigado.
And thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We, as my co-chair has already stated, indeed, looked into the political situation in the Mozambique, and we have agreed that we will await the outcome of the Constitutional Council. As you are aware, that outcome also, it's important for us as a country at a bilateral level between the two countries. It is also important for the multilateral forums that we sit in, the SADC region and also the AU, which also continues to monitor the situation. And I can also state that His Excellency President Ramaphosa is also in engagement consultation with the current President of Mozambique, President Nyusi, on the situation, and also the chairperson of SADC, President Mnangagwa, and the President of the Troika of Tanzania. And all other processes will have to await the outcome of the Constitutional Council if there will be any announcements to be made. At this stage, the meeting focused more on the bilateral relations between the two countries, on the issues of security, on the issues of continuing to facilitate trade in all the sectors of transportation that could be there, rail, land, and any other form of transportation that could be disrupted, including the port of entry. With regards to the question of whether there is any national security risk to our country, yes, in terms of energy security, this corridor is very important for South Africa, as you are aware, for petroleum products and for gas through the pipeline. So this meeting has also looked into mitigating measures in that regard. Also to continuously call for restraint, for calm in the communities adjacent the border in Mozambique, to allow the due processes of the elections, and also for us to engage on long-term issues to mitigate the economic challenges faced by such communities as we move forward. The meeting also agreed on joint working together, planning by both authorities from South Africa and Mozambique through net joints and the BMA. You will obviously, from the law felder, not expect me to divulge what are those plans and strategies. It's a security issue. But at least there is comfort that they have agreed that they will work together, they will plan together, they will share information, they will respond to each other's challenges, and this working together will take us through the current period of the festive season, and also when people return from Mozambique. Overall, the meeting was very constructive, it was positive, and both countries see it as a success, and we look forward to its implementation by the authorities of both the countries. Thank you, muito obrigado, Kanimambo.
Thank you very much.